You can see right here I'm breaking out a little bit. We call it MACne, mask acne. Hey you all, it's Amber from the Ostomy Diaries. In today's video, I'm going to be talking to you all about my experience with having COVID. Back right after Thanksgiving, I tested positive for COVID-19. It's now the end of February 2021. So I wanted to show you all some clips I took while I had COVID, talk to you about my journey and how I'm doing now. Quick disclaimer, this is not intended to be medical advice. I'm not a medical professional. I am just a patient who's sharing my experience. As you all know, or if you're new to my channel, I am a Crohn's disease advocate, an ostomy advocate, and I just want to let you know that you're not alone if you're going through this, and some of you have been asking about me, so I wanted to give out an update. If you are experiencing any problems at all, definitely seek medical advice, talk to your doctor or nurse. Let's get started. Hey you all, it's Amber from the Ostomy Diaries. I am documenting this journey. I possibly have COVID-19. As you can tell by my voice, I'm not feeling well. I mostly have a sore throat and a cough, but now that has traveled to a headache and just overall feeling kind of yucky. So I'm at an urgent care here in my hometown. Gonna go ahead and get checked out. Working at a school, who knows what I've been exposed to. So I'm hoping and praying for the best case scenario. So I just had the rapid COVID test and the strep test done. So I'm just waiting for the results. They said it would take about 20 minutes. So here's to waiting. Well, I'm at home now. I had a good cry and my rapid COVID test did come back positive. So not happy about that, but I'm going to try to document my journey and keep you all updated as I go. We're going to stay hopeful. So if you all follow me on Instagram and some social media channels, then you know that I'm a public educator. I'm a biology teacher, and I was very ambitious in the beginning, thinking, oh, I'm just going to teach virtually from home. I'll be fine. I can still do my meets and meet with my students. And honestly, I thought this was going to be a 2-week journey and then I would be fine. Even though I had seen on the news, I'd heard of other stories and knew other people who had COVID who had been suffering for a lot longer than that. I just had in my mind that this was going to be a short thing and I would get over it easily, and you know, once I was feeling better, I would be better. Well, like I said, this is the end of February. I'm 90-ish days out, and even now just talking to you guys, I'm still getting out of breath a little bit, whereas that didn't used to happen. There's still some symptoms that I'm experiencing. During COVID, I didn't lose my sense. I say during COVID, those first couple weeks, I didn't lose my sense of smell. Things tasted a little different, like when you have a cold. If y'all know me at all, you know I love Mexican food. My parents dropped some off. It tasted a little different, but I could still taste. Now, it seems, even the last couple weeks, I've noticed a difference. I smell things burning a lot. I know that that is a syndrome. There's a name for it. I can't smell things as strong. Joel and I, my husband, are doing the smell training that you've seen suggested online, and I don't know if that helps yet. We haven't been doing it long enough, but things smell like they're burning, they taste different, and it seems like my smell and taste are getting worse, and it's 90 days out. So it's definitely not just a short, you know, oh, I've got this for a week or two and then I'm going to be okay. Maybe some people are like that. This is an individualized thing. It's not the same for everybody. I don't feel like there's really a standard. I guess that's what was so tricky about it. It's so different for everyone. Even the people that I know, compared to my case, compared to my husband's case and other members of my family, it's all so different. So I made it through teaching virtually today with my students. I tried to put makeup on, some mascara. Yeah, I kept my camera off. So I got out of breath teaching the students. I have been walking around. I'm staying active. I'm staying propped up. I'm taking my vitamins. My output has increased a bit. I felt a little bit nauseous earlier today, but I took some Zofran for that, and that helped. Excuse me. I am still coughing, back pain. I feel like it's kind of like the flu, sinus infection. I am getting out of breath, and I still have my appetite, still have my sense of taste, and so I'm just staying hopeful. I'm watching TV, I'm walking around, I'm still eating, and trying to just push forward. Hey you all, it is December 1st, Tuesday. I am wanting to give you all the daily update. Today's going to be quick because I'm a lot more out of breath today. My oxygen levels are still good, but I'm getting really out of breath easily. My main symptoms are sore throat and back pain and getting out of breath. I am maybe a little bit worse today, but still not as bad as some people have it. Hey y'all, I wanted to give you an update. It is Thursday, December 3rd. I wasn't able to do a update yesterday. It was a really rough day. My throat felt like it was on fire all day. It would hurt to breathe in the air to touch my throat, but today my throat is much better. I am coughing less, so I'm grateful to be improving today. So as you saw in my video clip, there were days that I wasn't able to update you all. I know so many of you all were following me on Instagram and following my stories and checking on me, and there were days that I didn't even feel like I could pick up my phone. The main symptoms for me were sore throat, headache, fatigue, and my skin felt very sensitive to even touch. I did get some relief with that from the heating pad and Tylenol. As far as my Crohn's disease and ostomy goes, I did notice an increase in my output. I also noticed that I struggled to stay hydrated even more than I struggle to stay hydrated already. It was awful. And that may be because I was trying to rest and I was so consumed with thinking about other things that I wasn't drinking as much as I normally do. I was trying my best to monitor that and get my nutrients and, eat when I was supposed to, take my vitamins when I was supposed to, stay hydrated. I know for me at least, I was doing so much with temperature checks. I was checking my oxygen saturation. I was checking my heart rate. All the things, I was trying to do those to make sure, do I need to go to the hospital? Because at the time I had COVID, that's when it really spiked here in Tennessee, and there just weren't beds. And so I was trying to keep an eye on it. I was hoping and praying that I wouldn't have to go to the hospital. And, I'm thankful for all of you that prayed for me, my family that prayed for me. My oxygen levels stayed up. So did my husband Joel's. They never got below 95. I know that's such a huge blessing. If you all struggle with that, my heart goes out to you. I cannot imagine feeling like you can't breathe and knowing that there's not hospital beds. In talking about thinking about all the things and making sure you're doing all the things, COVID can be an extremely difficult emotional journey as well as physical. I think for me, the emotional part was just as bad as the physical part. Even though I knew that people were praying for me, they were checking in on me, at first I isolated completely by myself in my bedroom, because when I started exhibiting symptoms and tested positive, Joel was not exhibiting symptoms, and he had not yet tested positive. So I quarantined up in our bedroom upstairs. I did have the dogs with me most of the time, but for the most part, I was completely by myself in the bedroom. And I know if you are a chronic illness warrior watching this, you know, we were made for this. We've dealt with feeling isolated before, but this was a different level because this virus has been so new. We don't know much about it. We're learning new things about it every single day. We know a lot more about it now, praise the Lord. But it was very lonely. There were a couple times that I just cried. I just needed to let it out. I texted a couple of my friends and I said, I'm really struggling with this, and I know that I'm so blessed because I'm not in the hospital, I'm not on a vent. I am doing fairly well with this, but it was so emotional. So if you're dealing with that, please reach out to a friend, reach out to me. Know that I pray for all my followers. So if you guys message me, don't be afraid to ask for prayer because I'm definitely here for that. I think that that's what gives me hope. You guys know that I'm a person of faith, and my hope in the Lord is what helped get me through it. That, along with my doctors were phenomenal in communicating with me. My GI doctor was phenomenal in communicating with me. I have a good relationship with my colorectal surgeon. He was very encouraging. So do your research, of course. Quarantine when you need to if you're exhibiting symptoms, but try to stay connected as much as you can if you feel like it, because I think it definitely helps to still have that human interaction. So like I said, Joel ended up testing positive. It was about a week after me. He started showing symptoms. We were hopeful that he wouldn't get it. He had unfortunately, slept in the bed with me. He had been with me at Thanksgiving. I was hopeful that he had a killer immune system and was not going to get it because he was not yet exhibiting symptoms. But that just goes to show you that it is important to contact trace and to quarantine and isolate if you've been around somebody, because his symptoms developed way after mine. It was about 7 or 8 days. So I know for certain jobs it's like a 10-day period that you have to quarantine, and so that's legitimate because sometimes the symptoms don't start until that long. We tested positive, we started to get better, and then I guess about 5 or 6 weeks out, we had to go back because we both developed sinus infections. The doctor said that that's really common right now, that it's just secondary to COVID. Things happen, your immune system's weak, you can develop other things. So far, the only long-term side effects that I'm feeling are I still just have a cough. I constantly have to, but that could also be because of the weather here in East Tennessee. It's crazy. It was snowing about a week ago. 2 days ago, it was 70 degrees and sunny. So I'm sure that has an effect on how I feel and my body and my sinuses and all of that. I am hoping there's no other long-term side effects. I am going tomorrow to get the first round of the COVID vaccine. I feel personally it's the right thing to do for me. It's a personal decision. You need to speak with your doctor about it, decide what's best for you. I feel like it's the best thing for me, and Joel's going to get it when it's available to him. It's available to me right now here in Tennessee because I am a public educator, so I'm thankful that I'm eligible to get it. I'm grateful for this opportunity. I'm getting it in the morning, and I'll keep you all updated on how that goes. I appreciate all of your well wishes and prayers and encouragement over the last couple of months. You all are amazing. I will keep you updated. If you have questions, leave them below. If you haven't checked me out on social media, you can do so at Ostomy Diaries, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.